Welcome back, happy crafters. Let's get at section 3. Hopefully this will be the last video, but we are also going to do a bonus in section 2, seeing as I expanded the spine so much. So here's section 3. So we'll get started on that, and hopefully I'll get better with giving you the pieces that we're working with. So we're going to start with A and B, okay? Move everything else to the side. I've got everything prepped here. So I'm going to fold and burnish my piece A on both the score lines. Actually, maybe I'm just going to do this first score line. Just do the first score line so you don't see the other ones. So your 1/2 inch will be a 1/2 plus 1/8. Okay, so then let's work on our pocket. I don't think I varnished any of my tape. Okay, so we're going to get our scissors. And we're going to miter those corners right through that intersecting score line. Okay, move your garbage, fold and burnish. I still have the original album here just so I can reference in case, but I thought I studied this enough that I would be able to get it all. Oh, I might have to trim. Oh, maybe not. Just trim a little off there. Want to give yourself a little space. So I'm just going to trim a smidge, like 1/8 of an inch. Just give me 2 shakes here. This is not going well for me. I don't know if I got something crooked or what's happening here, but hokey dyna. Maybe that's half my problem. So let's see here now. Apologies if my head is in the way for a second. Now I still want to take off a hair. It's always best to do your trimming before you can always fix a mistake. Always, always, always. Okay, so we should be good to go here now. Yeah, the tiniest little space. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to flip this around backwards. Okay, so you can see there. And I'm going to line up the 2 cut edges and give myself a little bit of space at the score line. Okay, like so. And it seems I need to trim a little hair off of the 3A piece. That's what I mean by if you don't cut in the exact same spot with every, and it's hard to determine that, but it's easily fixed. Easily fixed. Okay, so here we go again. We're just going to line up our edges. There we go. Perfect. I'm happy. And you can start pulling your tape. Oh, again with the silence, I apologize, everybody. I'm not allowed to have, I love my music and I always have my music on in here, but you're not allowed to have music playing in the background. I'm not sure why, but I don't want to get in trouble, so I'm not gonna have my music on. Okay, so now, see now there's not much. I don't know if you can even, there's like the tiniest little bit. Okay, so now we're just going to get that other gusset, that other score line with our gusset happy here. And then we'll get in there and burnish it. Whoopsie. Just like so. Okay, so there's that. Now we can put that on, or we can add everything to it. See, this is the piece we're working on right here. Okay, so we have the pockets in here, which we could work on. And as you can see, I labeled everything. So we could do all of those pieces, I think, as well, before we attach it. Okay, so C goes on first. So now we got to get rid of that gusset. Okay, so let's do our tapering, because Lord knows I'm going to forget. Okay, so taper this one. Taper this one. Okay, fold and burnish. So let me know in the comments what you think I could change, if you need me to slow down, if I'm confusing you with anything. Okay, so this piece is your piece C, okay? So piece C, you're going to bring back in your AB, and piece C, oh yeah, it needs to be trimmed now because I trimmed everything else. So you may have to do that too if you trimmed. It's not a big deal, but just take off that hair. Okay, and it is going to go along the right hand side. Sorry, left hand side. My apologies, my other right. Okay, like so. Get that lined up, and then you can start peeling your tape backing. And with those small gussets, you got to make sure that they're engaged. That's why I just do little tiny bits at a time, so that it stays flat, because otherwise it'll move. Okay, so there's your C piece. Okay, and then your D piece. Now you tape everything more or less on the dinted side, but with your D piece, it's going to go inside the pocket here. So this one you're going to put tape on the bumpy side. Okay, so I'm just going to check here, because the chances are I'm going to have to trim. I don't have to trim it off. Perfect. So we're just going to taper that edge. Whoopsie. Taper. Taper. Fold and burnish. You're still folding it the same, but you may have to, but it's going to go underneath. So it's going to go inside the pocket. Okay, like so. And you only want to go as far as the tape. I do have to trim it a smidge, just a smidge. Hardly even enough to notice. Okay, and then you're only going to go in as far as you want to be able to see your score line. Okay, you want to be able to see your score line. If you can get it to go in just a little farther, mine is a little tight. then I'm going to use, because I have it in the perfect spot, so I'm going to use my piercing tool to just kind of pull that tape, because I'm happy with my placement here. And then we can just slowly peel. And I forgot to tell you guys, sometimes I like to round corners of pockets and things. So this, I'm going to round the corners of some of my pockets, like this one on the outside here. So you can round your, but you make sure to use the same corner rounder that you use throughout. Remember which one if you have multiples, because when you do your matting, you're going to want it to be the same. Okay, so now we need pieces E and F. Okay, E and F are the stack pocket that goes inside. And I trimmed, so I'm going to have to, maybe not. I guess I was just in the wrong spot. Okay, so you're going to miter your corners right through that intersecting score line. Just like so. Fold and burnish. Okay, and then that is going to go on the bottom of, it's going to go towards your binding where you're going to put it in your book. Open that C flap where you have the gusset, and you're going to put it just about 1/8 of an inch away from the score line. Just a little ways. Not a long ways, just a little ways. Just so that it helps that fold a little better. Okay. Ta-da. Okay, so give that a quick burnish. See, and it helps it full. I know you have a gusset there, but it'll still give you a little bit of leeway there. So let's make sure this one is gonna, okay, so I just messed up on the, oh, this one might give me a little headache. This one just might give me a little headache. Okay, you're gonna just cut across on the horizontal, and then give it a little angle cut up to that score line. Okay, same thing right along the score line there. Okay, and then angle, taper, cut it off. Okay, just like that. And this gives you your stack pocket. The stack pocket, the first one I saw do a stack pocket was Kathy King. And I have been doing them ever since. I love them. She's taught me a lot about these awesome, amazing projects. I've bought a few of her tutorials. I just haven't been able to get at them. Okay, I just got to score a little over there. I just got so much on the go here. I just have to move that score line a tad bit in order to fit in there. Okay, let's see if that works. So that's how things can get fixed. You just have to, trim it up a bit here. Hopefully that fits. I didn't make it too short. I made it a little too short, but that's okay. I'll just not tuck it in all the way. Or see if I can. Squeeze her down the middle. There's always room for improvement. There, perfect. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to peel my tape backing. And tuck it in, and then this is done, and then I think we can put this in the album. Folio, it's not an album, it doesn't have, so the way I see folios and albums is a folio doesn't have pages, it has sections. Even though it'll have a chipboard cover, like this one has a chipboard cover, it doesn't have pages, it just has sections. There might be flips and flaps, but it's not a page with the hinge and blah, blah, blah. So that's how I kind of see a folio and an album being different. Okay, so let's get that in our book. Okay. Okay, so you want that right along the far left side. I'm getting my two right sides all mixed up here. The far left side of the third section, okay? Okay, so once you're happy with that, you want that just right along the score, or right along the spine fold there. Okay, just like that, and then I'm going to flip it open, give it a burnish. There, like that. Okay. Okay, so, and then this is going to have your closure. If you have small magnets, you want to use magnets, that's fine. I'm going to use the little, and you do that after you decorate. Same as this one. You do this after you decorate, but before you decorate the backs. So you put your pattern paper on the top, and then you put your circle twist and whatever you want to call that closure, and then you decorate the back. Okay, so we got that in there, and then this you'll make your insert for there. So let's get this out of the way and do the next section. Okay, so you have your 3H and 3G, okay? These ones are going to make a pocket. So you're going to fold and burnish as soon as you find your burnishing tool. Okay, fold and burnish. Okay, those are your G pieces, and now we're going to get our H pieces on the go. And again, I'm not sure if I burnished. Okay, we're going to miter those corners right through the intersecting score line. Now I'm going to figure out, because I want to get this decorated before I put the videos on so that you guys see what it looks like finished. So I have to figure out what designer paper, whether I want to use Stampin' Up! Or something else. I don't have a lot of the current Stampin' Up! Stuff right now, which is a problem. Okay, get all your score lines burnished. Oh, that one does not look nice at all. That's interesting. Okay, just give them an inspect, which I haven't told you to do yet. I apologize. I'm getting pretty good at getting them right, so I don't even think about it anymore. Okay, now these pieces you're going to put, I'm going to have it upside down, okay? So you're going to have your morning, everybody. I can't even talk today. But you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, just like so. Okay. And then once you're happy, you can start peeling your tape. If your tape will let you. There we go. It's always fun. Okay, and then give that a burnish again. I like to anyway. Okay, there's one done. Now we're going to do the second one. And your opening is, okay, see? You're going to line up your cut edges. Okay, line up your cut edges. Perfect. Okay, just like so. Oops. There we have it. Okay, so now those two pieces can go in your book. Now, in the original book, I have them going the same way. Here. Okay. But because these are kind of roughly the same size, I'm going to switch and I'm going to put one way and one the other way. So you can do it however you like. Okay, so I'm going to open this up and I'm going to put one right here, lining it up along the bottom. Okay, then I'm going to pull my tape. Oh, we should, see, I forgot again. We don't really have to. Just going to do the bottom. Yeah, because the other pocket is going to come right down. So we'll do them both. We'll do them both. Okay, so you're going to bring that over. And you are going to go over top of your 1/2 inch there. Okay. Okay, and then you're going to peel your tape. And stick it down. And a burnish. Okay, and then I'm going to put the other one, I think. Let's see. Because normally you would tuck it, or you could make more. Like you could do more of these, but because they have a pocket in them, I didn't want to do too many more. See, I was going to do it like this, flip it over and put it over here. Like that. So you could close this with the magnet, or, you know, open one this way and one the other way, and then you have, yeah, I'm going to do it like this. Yep. Okay, I am happy with that. There. Burnish. Okay, close them up. Okay, now with the last two pieces, close that up. Okay, you have your 3I and J. Okay, this is going to be another pocket. This is going to be on the top. Okay, let's do our tapering before we forget. And by we, I mean I. Miter your corners. Okay, fold and burnish. then we'll move on. This will be a longer video as well, but we'll move on to the bonus section. Well, it's not a bonus section, it's a bonus in a section. Okay, so then we're going to bring back our book, but I'm going to bring it in upside down. Okay. Okay, open that up. Okay, so your 3I is going to go right along the bottom. I'm going to center it kind of in those two pieces, like my head is probably in the way. Okay, and I'm happy with the placement there. Okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to open that up maybe, that might help. Okay, I'm going to start peeling my tape backing. Can't get that bottom. And I don't want to move my piece because I have it perfectly centered right where I want it. There. There. Okay. Okay, so that's your pocket. Okay, now here's your flap. Okay, so you're going to do the same thing. You're going to put your flap, you're going to center your flap on there, and you're going to have that at the top of your edge of your cardstock. And if it's a little longer, that's just move it over. Because like I say, when you get into that cutting, and if you're not in the exact same spot, that little bit causes chaos sometimes. Okay, and again, I'm going to corner round those corners. There we go. So there it is. Okay, you're going to have your closure here as well. I think I'm going to use magnets on this one. There we have our folio. So this is it done if you're following the same tutorial as the small one. Okay, so if now we're doing the plus size, so this section 2 is going to have a bonus, okay? So all your measurements will be again included down below in the description. So let's pull out our pieces. Okay, so we've got 1A, 3B, and 2C. Okay, so let's get those going here. Okay, so we're going to get our A that has the gusset, taper, fold on your score lines. This is just going to be a little booklet. This is something I saw watching a video last night by somebody, and I will link the video below because I can't remember the name right now. And I just loved her whole project, but I really thought this little booklet at the end was kind of cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take this, there's your gusset, we're going to flip it over, and I'm going to turn it backwards, okay? Because we're going to now attach all of our B pieces, one on top of each other, on there. Okay, so taper, taper, I'm going to taper them all. Taper, taper. Are you annoyed by taper? It reminds me of Ross. Pivot. I love Friends. Friends is like one of my all-time favorite shows. Okay, get our garbage collected here. Okay, so set those just off to the side. Bring that in. Get your C pieces out of the way. Okay, so we're going to bring in our B pieces. You can fold and burnish them all. And then that's done. whoopsie, tossing things around. Okay, so now you're going to take one B piece, and it doesn't matter, and it's going to go right along that gusset. You're going to want to see, I'm going to turn it again. Oh, I'm going to have to trim, I guess. I guess I measured wrong. Okay, right along the gusset, like so. You want to be able to see that score line. Okay, so you don't want to be over top of the score line. You want to be right up, butted up against it. Okay, and then you're just gonna one right on top of one another. Okay. Okay, so the next one. Oh, I think I gotta cut one more. Depends on how you want to close this up, because I want to have a closure on this. So I thought about using, kind of having a photo mat fold over and be on top, but I guess I'm going to wait and see when I decorate what I come up with. Burnish. Okay, one more. Okay. Once you're happy with the placement, keeps moving on me. Happy with your placement, start peeling your tape. Okay, so now you've got all three of those stacked up. Now you're going to take your C pieces and you can put them wherever you like. Okay, so this is how it's going to look, like this. So you're going to have like a little booklet here, like that. Okay, I am going to just burnish this a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take, fold and burnish those. Now these are also kind of a Kathy King signature piece. These are photo mats that I think were in her Mr. Benjamin album. And they, you can put a 4x6 this way or this way on them. Okay, so you're going to bring that, and this is the right way. This is how it's going to go in the album, like so. Okay, so I'm going to open this up to the first page, and I'm just going to put one right along the edge. Kind of center it right along the edge, eyeball it there. Apologize if my head is in the way. Once you're happy, you can peel your tape, and because this is not going edge to edge, you don't have to have, you don't have to taper. Okay. So then I'm going to leave the middle section. I'm going to open up the last section, and I'm going to put this, I'm going to do the same thing, but on the opposite side. So you can have them in the exact same place if you just kind of look. The other one. Okay, so there, I'm happy there. Okay, so this again is the bonus for section 2 in the plus size folio. Okay, so now we're going to open that up. Oopsie. To section 2. Okay, close that gusset up if you can a little bit, and that's going to go right along the edge of your left-hand side. Maybe we should have put that on first because I'm struggling. But that's okay. So right there, so pick that up. Even if we can just get it tacked, because once we open it up and give it a burnish, it will adhere a whole lot better. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so we're just going to open that up and give it a burnish. So there you have another little booklet. So you'll have this, and so you can, because there is magnets here, you could probably have a magnet on there, but it won't it won't be very, very strong. So there you have your bonus in section 2. Close everything up, and there is still, as you can see, a lot of space in there. Whoopsie. There's a lot of room in there for pictures. So you've got lots of space. This one, I always get one that doesn't want to fold right. Okay, so there you have, you got lots of room, okay? For your matting, for your pictures. I can't wait to start decorating. Have a great day, you guys. It's been great visiting with you. See you again soon.